Hi, this is Yogesh Chabria, and today I want to share something with you from the Upanishads. And many times people assume that the Upanishads or the Gita might be books which are very complicated, and how are these books relevant to our day to day life? But the beauty is there's so much wisdom in these ancient texts which you can apply to every aspect of your life, to your business, to your family, to your professional life, to every area, to your finances. You can learn so much. And this is something from the Katha Upanishad, which talks about the difference between what is good and what is pleasant. So there's a concept of Preya and Shreya. And Preya stands for things that are pleasant. P for pleasant, P for Preya. You can remember it easily that way. And Shreya is something that might not be pleasant, but it is actually good for you. What do I mean by this? Let me simplify it in your life. For example, let us say if you have never exercised, let's say you are somebody for the past 10 years you have not exercised, you've just sat. If I was to tell you, or somebody was to come and tell you, start exercising, in the beginning, it is not a pleasant experience because you have not walked, you have sat. It's not a pleasant experience, right? And if you start walking, your body hurts, your body pains. So it is not pleasant, it is not Preya. But after some time, if you start walking, you will see the benefits of on your health. So this is what is called Shreya. So walking or exercising is not Preya because it is not a pleasant experience in the beginning, but it is good for you. On the other hand, if somebody was tell you, sit in front of a screen, eat a bowl of chips, drink some cola, it might seem like a pleasant experience in the beginning, but it is not actually good for you because if you're sitting in front of a screen, eating a lot of chips, drinking a lot of cola, which is filled with sugar, processed artificial sugar, momentarily it is a pleasant experience, but in the long term it is not good for your health, it is not good for your mind, it is not good for your body. And every time in life you have a choice, so you always have a choice. So do you select Preya for pleasant, what is pleasant, or Shreya, which is good for the long term? And sometimes these merge, many times over time. So for example, if you have been exercising regularly, that exercise also becomes pleasant, right? So there are people who love going out in nature. I love going out in nature. I love going out for my walks. I love exercising. Now over time, it has become a beautiful, pleasant experience. For somebody, it might be swimming. For somebody, it might be working out. For somebody, it might be playing tennis. Now that which is Shreya has also become pleasant. It's the same with food. If you're somebody who enjoys eating healthy, you start eating salads, you start eating healthy food. In the beginning, your gut bacteria is not used to it. But gradually, as you start eating fruits, you start eating nuts, you start eating salads, your gut bacteria becomes used to it. And it becomes also pleasant. So I love eating fruits. I love eating salads. Now that which is Shreya, it's good for me and I also enjoy it. So those are some of the choices you need to make. So right now, look at your life. The next time you're presented with a choice, you go out somewhere, you're presented with a huge chocolate cake, or you're presented with a huge bottle of alcohol. Are you addicted to that alcohol? For the moment, it might feel pleasant. You keep drinking alcohol, and if you're somebody who enjoys drinking alcohol, you are addicted to it. You have formed a habit around it. So it feels pleasant, but what is the long-term effect? It affects your health, it affects so many areas of your life. But gradually, if you're somebody who stops drinking alcohol, for example, over time, now that alcohol doesn't excite you. In fact, the smell of alcohol doesn't excite you. It's the same alcohol, but because you have changed, it doesn't. In fact, many times people who go into spirituality or meditation or yoga, they have experienced so much of the physical pleasures. They have experienced so much of it that they've become fed up of it. So they have gone to the limits. So they were alcoholics. They fell in the ditch. They drank so much. They fell on the street. But one day they had a realization that this alcohol is not good for me, and they quit. And I'm not making a moral judgment here. I'm just telling you the choices you make, it doesn't affect me. the choices you make affect your life. So in life, always remember, even when it comes to your finances, right? Even when it comes to learning, to your finances, what are the type of decisions you make, right? If you buy something simply for the pleasure of it, you look at so many countries, they are in so much debt because the choices they made were not long term. So if you're given the choice and if you're looking for long-term bliss, one of them, momentarily pleasure, might lead to long-term unhappiness. And on the other side, Shreya, if you select Shreya, you have a sweet long-term future and long-term joy, long-term bliss, long-term health. So the next time you're presented with two choices, make the wise decision and take care, and I shall see you soon. Best of luck.